Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick video just to share a testimony of how God is moving and confirming the word that He spoke to us on Sunday about letting the Holy Spirit lead us and guide us, and how the Holy Spirit is our advocate. And so I had shared on Sunday that in order for me to deliver that word, that God really had to first perfect some things in me and share some things and enlighten me in areas where He wanted me to be more led by the Spirit. And I have been practicing really allowing the Lord to just completely order every step and even monitor the words that come out of my mouth. And so today, in the middle of one of those opportunities for me to kind of go left, I heard the Holy Spirit, and as I followed and obeyed His leading, I saw God move in a way that just kind of confirmed what we have been saying and what the Word says. And so I just wanted to hop on real quick and share that with you guys. So I had made a decision I was going to order our meal from a restaurant. And so I had ordered for the kids like roast beef and mashed potatoes and gravy and corn and carrots. And then because my husband and I are pescatarian, I had ordered a grilled salmon and some broccoli and baked potato for us. And so when I went to pick up the order, I was waiting for them to put everything together. And I said, well, let me just go ahead and pay for it. So I paid for the order. And then when I went to go sit down, I saw that they were like kind of a little bit disorganized. So by the order being so big, when I paid for it, I had a coupon. So it came out to about $45 with the coupon. So I'm sitting there and I'm going, okay, this is going to be a little bit longer than I planned, but all right, well, we'll roll with it. So I'm watching and they're kind of like spinning around in circles, and just you could see that things were not flowing as they should. And so people were waiting on their orders. There were lots of people backed up waiting for their orders. And then the food was coming out, and they were just really just struggling to figure out what box went with what order. And I'm watching all of this and I'm going, oh my goodness, what have I walked into tonight? So just as the lady comes to me, I'm excited, like, whoo, I get to get out of here. My order's ready. She's approaching me and she goes, we're all out of broccoli. Do you want anything else? And I go, no, I ordered broccoli because that's what I wanted. So that's it. I don't want anything else. And she's like, well, we're out of it. So do you want to pick something else? And I'm thinking, no, I don't want to pick anything else. That was all I wanted. I ordered what I wanted, broccoli and baked potato. And she said, well, I'll need to get a manager. And I said, oh, okay. So I've already been sitting here for a long, long time. And so now she's going to look for a manager. So it takes her a while to find a manager. We're at about 20 minutes now. So she looks for the manager, and I could hear her explaining the situation to the manager. And then he goes to the computer. So he's like looking on the computer. So now we're probably, without exaggeration, we're probably about at 25 minutes that I've been here. So by this time, I'm starting to feel a little agitated. So I'm watching him, and he's standing at the computer, and in between that, he's checking out other people. And so I'm starting to kind of get agitated, like, okay, I'm here, I'm a customer, I've been here for 25 minutes, we don't have our food, I need to get this home to my family, it's getting late, like, hello. And so the Holy Spirit immediately said, be quiet. And I just was like, oh my goodness. So I'm supposed to go through this and sit here and not say anything about it? And I said, okay, Holy Spirit, you're in charge. You're leading me and guiding me. So I'm not to say anything. So you have to understand, for me, this was particularly difficult because of my makeup. I know that the Holy Spirit is my advocate, but at the same time, you have to get that, I graduated from law school. I practiced law for 10 years. I enjoy being my own advocate. I will speak up for myself. I will say what I feel needs to be said. I will make what I think is a compelling case or argument at any given point in time. So to ask me to sit here and kind of experience this injustice and not speak on it was difficult for me. But yet I made a commitment to follow the leading of the Holy Spirit. So I said, okay, I'm not going to say anything. So it's now about 5 minutes that this manager is like over there checking out other people, you know, at the computer doing something. So I've probably been waiting about 30 minutes now, and I can't say anything. The Holy Spirit said, be quiet. So I'm sitting there and I'm just watching it. I'm going, okay. So in my mind, I'm thinking I could just go up there. He looks like he's confused. I could just tell him, just take off the broccoli. It's at this point, I just want to go home. I just want to get the rest of the food. So, you know, whatever the price would have been for the broccoli for me and my husband, if you could just take it off, and then I could leave. I'm fine with that. But the Holy Spirit said, be quiet. So I couldn't say anything. But in my mind, I'm making this amazing argument that I can't articulate or speak out loud without being disobedient. So I'm sitting there. Another 5 minutes goes by. And then I hear him talk to her, and he says, is she still in the restaurant? And she said, yeah, she's over there waiting. And then I see him do something. He's like, I can't find her ticket. So he finally finds my ticket. And then he takes a couple more minutes while he's working on the computer. So I'm sitting here at this point now. It's literally like 35 minutes. And I'm going, okay, God, you're in control, because, you know, I'm ready to just like lose it in here. And then the gentleman comes over to me and he says, I'm apologize that we ran out of the broccoli. He said, we're just going to pay for your whole ticket. And my eyes got big, because I'm going, $45? You're going to take care of the entire ticket because you ran out of broccoli? He said, yeah, you've been very patient. You've been waiting here for a very long time. You know, we're very sorry, you know, that some things are going on. I knew the right orders weren't placed. We're running out of things. We don't have the right containers. We don't have everything. And then at that moment, I realized, I said, where I was getting agitated, I need to pray for him. And we've been talking about reach and putting other people before us to figure out how the Holy Spirit is trying to use us to draw them to Christ. And so at that moment, I said, you know what? I'm going to pray for you. I said, I'm sorry that you're having such a hard time tonight, and I pray that everything gets better for you. And it was interesting, because at that moment, I realized, I said, God, I'm really hearing now what you're saying. I'm really getting what you're saying, because I was so focused on my needs and what I wanted and how I wanted to handle it. But once I surrendered my will to yours, I saw that you wanted me to be a vessel right now. And you wanted me to be an encouragement to him, because he was very discouraged and he was very frazzled, and the whole staff was very frazzled. So it turned from me being agitated to me being prayerful for them. And so he was like, I'm taking care of the whole ticket. You know, we're going to put things together for you. It'll just be a little bit longer. So I watched them, and they're scuffling, they're still scuffling. So now we're at like 40 minutes, no joke. But instead, my posture has changed now. And so I'm waiting and I'm praying for them, and I'm just watching this. And so after they finally get everything together, I said, well, thank you so much. I pray your night goes a little bit better. And he says, well, I appreciate that. Do you eat pumpkin pie, or do you eat pumpkin this, or do you like, and y'all know, now this is how God just added the icing on the cake. If you know me, you know, like I wear shirts that say, all I need is Jesus and pumpkin spice. Like pumpkin spice is my business, okay? And so then on top of all of this, the complimentary meal, he says, you know, feel free to take some pumpkin spice bread. And I leave, and I'm like, wow. So just in that act of obedience, to hear God, I saw how he worked it out the way he wanted to for his good. So that's my testimony, because I'm telling you, I know it doesn't seem like, you know, super remarkable, but it's really evidence for me as I'm teaching this and as we're living this, that if we would just really train ourselves to be led by the Spirit, and even when our emotions or our feelings are pulling us in a different direction, that if we could just trust God enough that the direction he's trying to take us in, even when it doesn't agree with how we feel, is going to yield the fruit and the results that he's trying to get out of our lives. I just really believe that we're going to see more and more blessings of that nature. It was not only a blessing for me to get my whole family's meal for free and get a free dessert that I wasn't planning on getting, but it was also a blessing that I was able to sow encouragement into him. And I think he was baffled that I was so calm. And, you know, he was expecting me to do what I wanted to do. You know, he was expecting me to light that restaurant up and to, you know, further, you know, make the situation bad. And so I saw how it brought God glory, that in spite of what the expected behavior was, that I was able to, through the leading of the Holy Spirit, not through my own power, because my own desire would have been something totally different, but because of the power of the Holy Spirit, I was able to let God be glorified by responding in a way that was unexpected. So I say all that to say, if you have been trying to live out the word this week, if you've been walking it out, if you've been letting the Lord use you, if you've been letting the Holy Spirit lead you, if you've been reaching and repeatedly extending a Christian hand to others, then God is getting the glory too. And I would love to hear your testimonies in the comments. But I just had to jump on here and share this with you guys. You know, I don't do a lot of lives. I'm just really kind of busy, but I said, I got to stop what I'm doing right now and just share this with the people of God. Maybe it will encourage someone to continue to let the Holy Spirit lead you as well. All right, I'm signing off. That was longer than I thought it was going to be. Love you, and I am ready to see you excel.